moving on to the next one. I'm going a little bit fast because we have about another 25 more slides, right? Noble truth in another version. So Noble truth in another version, Mahavagga-pali Anguttara Nikaya, saying although there are so many arguments, there are 18 things that everyone would agree on. Now Tathagata once is saying, because there were so many people with so many ideas, so many different ideas, they were arguing about so many things, but there are 18 things that any person with a normal brain would understand. So the 18 are these. When one sees something, it is either desirable, undesirable, or neutral. When one sees from the eyes, it's either desirable, undesirable, or neutral. Again, when one hears something, it's either desirable, undesirable, or neutral. When one smells something, one tastes something, one touches something, one thinks about something, it's either desirable, undesirable, or neutral. So these 18 things anyone would agree on. There is nothing other than that, other than these 18, because there are 6, and from the 6 senses it's either desirable or undesirable, or you don't like it, or it's neutral, right? So why we are looking at this is, when we understand this, then we get to know how to tackle this problem, right? In the same one, the cycle works according to how one paticca with. So this, what happens is, when one attaches with raga or with desire, right, then the nama rupa, so the whole cycle becomes raga, the paticca samuppada cycle. So if it is dvesha, then the whole cycle is dvesha, it becomes red. If it's raga, it becomes yellow, right? So that's what we are trying to understand. So that's how it happens. So wherever it starts with raga, it ends with raga. If it starts with dvesha, it ends, the whole thing goes with dvesha and ends with dvesha. So for example, right, sometimes when say everything was good in the house, and all of a sudden say the man in the house, or the dad, shall we say, get angry with the mom for something. All of a sudden everything changes, the whole mood changes of the house, of the place, right? Say they were watching a movie, everyone sitting around watching a movie nicely, and all of a sudden he goes, no, shut the TV off, and everyone, and then even if the kid comes talking to the dad, no, go away, kind of thing. So the mood changes all of a sudden. That's because when it goes through raga, or when it goes through dvesha, it goes through the whole thing. So everything changes. So that is what the next thing that we need to understand, right? And if someone is going after asada, so the next thing is, if someone is going after asada, then that person is creating himself a suffering. So that's only if someone is going after asada is when, because that's when the person creates the world. So that's when there is a suffering. If you're not creating, if you're not going behind asada, then you're not suffering. The moment you start going behind asada is when you start suffering, right? Now moving on to the next one, characteristics of noble sangha. In the Aniccanupassī Sutraya, it's talking about Ahuneya, Sattime Bhikkave Puggala, Ahuneya, Pahuneya, Dakkineya, Anjali Karaneya, Anuttaram Punyakettan Lokasa, Katame Satta. So they're asking about what is this? What is this Ahuneya, Pahuneya, Dakkineya, Anjali Karaniya kind of thing? So this we talked about when we talked about the qualities of Sangha, but we'll discuss again. Ahuneya, Ahu, you came to the Nyaya. Nyaya is the concept. You came to the concept, or as in you understood. You came into which is called the Sammaditthi.